We would like to thank WTF Films for providing us with this movie, and Maloney Bruxelles Images for their generous support. So as I said, we're halfway through. I'll talk about tonight's film in a second, but I want to remind you of the nights that we have ahead of us. Tomorrow, we experience what it is like to sneeze through time with Escape from the 21st Century. Do not miss this. This is also where the section starts to ramp up into overdrive. The first three films that we watched, I said we're on the Evil Dead side of the spectrum. We're now in Eraserhead territory from last night and tonight's film. Something that's a little more of a trance-like state. After that, we've got the Guess Who Goes Japanese punk band going to be here on stage. That film is going to be amazing. Following that, Dead Mail from producer Steven Schneider, who brought us Insidious and Lords of Salem. We also have It Doesn't Get Any Better Than This, folks. This film is one of the scariest films of the year. It will never be online. This may be one of your few chances to see it, and we'll be doing something unique and theatrical in this room on Friday night. Do not miss that. And then we are closing the festival out with Timo Tchajanto's The Shadow Strays, one of the most violent movies to have ever hit this screen. And you know, if you saw Kill last year, that is saying something. So, I hope to see you all there, but tonight we have something truly special. Something else, I should say. A body, I know, that was someone groaned. I thought that was cool. No, but seriously, this is a film that I think is achingly romantic and beautiful, but also disgusting and uncomfortable. You're going to confront it all, and you're going to meet the filmmaker behind this madness. Please put your hands together and welcome Thibault Emin for Elf! I think there's some gross stuff in this movie.
Okay. Well. During the screenings of 2001 Space Odyssey, when it came out in '68, people were completely stoned with LSD. Now, as you certainly know, one of them literally ran and jumped through the screen, screaming, "This is God!" If anyone tonight feels like doing this, please be my guest. Okay, please. I will thank Peter Kuplowski for selecting this film. I will thank my producer, Damien Lagogué. Please make some noise for him. I have to thank my co-producer, Benoît Roland, who is there. Thank you for inviting them. And Greg Chandler at the stage. And especially, I have to address a very special thank to the staff of my hotel for secretly setting the alarm clock in my room at 7:30 fucking a.m. I swear this is true, okay? This morning, why did they do that, okay? Who are they, my parents or what? Come on, who are you people? Toronto, well. Now, I have to say, I'm sorry. I am deeply sorry, people. Because I know you're going to be so disappointed. I know what you're coming here for. I've been the same. I know you want hardcore stuff, gory, trashy stuff. You're going to get the exact opposite. I'm so sorry. Don't blame me, blame Peter. I didn't ask. This movie is about delicacy, sensitiveness, empathy, softness. It's the kindergarten of Midnight Madness films. Okay? If you feel that way, I do that. But actually, it's okay for me because and please don't tell that to my producer, I made absolutely sure not a single person on earth would be completely satisfied with the film. Because, come on, it's called Else, okay? The concept is that each time you will think, okay, I know what kind of movie it is, I know what it's going to be, the movie will answer you, no, Parker, it's something else. And, you know, it's a movie about transformation, so I had this great idea about the movie transforming itself through its course, and of course, commercially speaking, it's a catastrophe, because nobody likes romantic comedy and horror films and psychedelic sci-fi. I mean, nobody will like it.
I think they like it.
Come on, I know you don't. So, it's okay, but it's intended because, you know, I feel satisfaction is so much overrated. It is so much more interested to get something you never asked for, and something you won't even be able to say whether you liked it or not in the end. So please, thank me for not liking the film.
Which wants something else. Welcome back to the stage, Thibault Emin and producer Damien Lagogué and interpretation. Take some time to think of some questions. I'll start things off. So this was a film that was a long time in the making. You've been developing it for many years, even before the recent pandemic we all experienced. How did this story begin and how did it evolve over time? Which is maybe a long story.
Thanks for staying, people. Yes, it's a long story. Actually, it was kind of abstract at the beginning. It really came from seeing a lot of sci-fi movies and studying them and thinking about what they say about otherness, alien, and how you react to it. And of course, a lot of David Cronenberg movies. So it seemed too much time, too many times. And yeah, it really came from there. And after that only came the characters, the love story, and some stuff that is very personal.
It's interesting that you mentioned Cronenberg because, you know, you depict a story that could be viewed as an apocalyptic story, a science fiction story, you know, about otherness, but you do decide to make it, you know, a story that revolves around characters, and that's something that David Cronenberg often does, and that's very important. So is that sort of an aspect of Cronenberg's filmography that you were inspired by?
Yes, of course. I mean, the very idea of telling a love story in 2 parts like that really came from The Fly, I guess, which is really an important movie for me. And yes, of course.
Yeah, I felt that homage or that tradition. It was in that tradition of storytelling. Another aspect that really struck me when I first watched the film is how, as the story proceeds, the visual style evolves and changes too. Could you speak about the distinct cameras and texture and aesthetics that the film kind of moves through, and why you decided to have almost discontinuous style?
Yeah, well, the idea was, to try to reach the limits of how discontinuous you can be in a movie. And I think that the team really helped me finding some coherence and some continuity, because it could go in any direction. So of course this idea of the color disappearing is a central element, and but yeah, the idea was to make everything slowly shifting. So the tone, the pace, and the type of acting, and of course the tone. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I love some of those early sequences too with Anx and Cassandra, when it almost feels like the camera quality becomes more digital and it becomes very, very intimate in those scenes. How are those sequences filmed?
The black and white scenes?
No, earlier when they're sort of in love and
sorry.
There's like a digital texture to it.
Yes.
Because it's a digital camera.
Yeah, no, but you're moving between different mediums. Is what I'm getting at. Yeah.
It was
different qualities of high definition and lower definition.
Yeah, I was happy to be able to do that on my first feature, and because the DOP was really cool, actually. And he said, "Okay, no problem. You want to shoot it yourself? Okay. Without me? Okay."
So those sequences were shot without the DP. It was just you.
Yes, it was me on a Sunday with
Just the actors.
the actors and my girl doing stuff. And yes, I was filming with my skills and with the little camera that belonged to the DOP. And after that, we even made it more dirty.
You made
the image
dirty. The
was
image.
made like VHS and so effects.
Now, the other thing that I think is remarkable, and I think we can all agree, especially in this room tonight, the sound design is pretty extraordinary. So could you speak to how you worked with your sound team and what your direction was in terms of what the sound of these creatures and this something else that is occurring, the sound of the merging, where did that come from? What inspired that?
Balloons, I think.
Balloons.
You have a lot of noise of balloons. No, actually, I'm happy. I was a little. I thought maybe it was not loud enough.
That's what I think also.
Yes, we made a mistake together during the screen test. We said no, it's too loud, because it's amazing that without the
But
people.
we were alone, so of course.
Yeah, it looked like really loud. I said, okay, it's a quiet movie. And after that, I regretted this today, because I think it was always too quiet. But yes, the idea with sound was, of course, to get it progressively immersive, as immersive as it could be. I mean, my two favorite films about sound are really Blade Runner and Eraserhead. Very different, but there's something similar. I think it is the way the sound attracts you and is very immersive. So that's what I told to the sound designer. I said, okay, do the same thing, please. And and of course the sound is essential, because it's the only thing that can really mutate. Do you think mutate? It can transform, and it can make you imagine bodies that are as big as a building and stuff you cannot see with an image, even if you had all the money in the world. I think sound can tell a lot more about transformation and things you feel without really seeing them, stuff like that.
For all the characters that live in the other apartments and tenements, the other residents, were they ever able to act with Anx and Cassandra, or was that all done in post?
Do we say the truth? No, I guess it was only members of the crew. We did not even have the cast, the voice cast.
You didn't even cast it before then, no?
No, we didn't have the voice actors yet. No, it was really, yeah, the first AD, first assistant director was really great at doing the voices, and, and my girlfriend also, and yeah.
All right, I think we're going to open up to the audience now, see if there's any questions in the audience. Right in the middle there. Yes, on the red.
I said like the visual language is so unique and special. I felt like it was like so many, like you said, like capturing the scales and so many shots like being so small against everything else. I was wondering, like, was it all like storyboarded from the beginning, or and was just making that come to life, or did it change a lot? And like, how did you translate whatever ideas you had into something to what you see in the finished product in terms of the visual language?
The question is regarding the visual language of the film. Was this a film that was heavily storyboarded, or did you find that as you made the film, it became, you started to experiment and evolved again? I feel like this is a whole movie where everything, every element, every bit of its aesthetic feels like it evolves throughout the film.
Yeah, I think the process, working process was really heterogeneous, can you say that? Just like the style of the film. I mean, there was a bit of storyboarding, but only of some sequences involving big VFX and money. Otherwise, not that much. No, actually,
I mean, that first sequence with the rock monster attack, like that's a sequence where it's one of the first sequences where the movie gets very abstract in how it's depicting the action. And I imagine that's something where you're almost just experimenting with what you can accomplish because there are budget limitations at the same time, but you make it an aesthetic. You make an aesthetic decision and it makes it like something unlike I've seen before.
Cool. Well, I hope if it's your reaction, I'm really happy. No, I did. I think this particular sequence is like a homage to Shinya Tsukamoto, the director of
Tetsuo, yeah.
The Iron Man. Have you seen it?
Yeah, the Midnight Madness film.
Sorry?
It was a Midnight Madness film.
Yeah?
Yeah, played the section.
No, he's a god to me, just like Cronenberg. I mean, he's a very important, and his style is so different from the style of the film, but I mean, when it gets into action, he's the best. I mean, he's so visceral and crazy, and so that's what I told the DOP, okay, do this movie, do something like that.
But yeah, it's true that when Thibault came to me with the script, he came also with a mood board. But when I speak about the mood board, it was a lot of references, and so it was very interesting to have a dialogue about the aesthetic of the film, because we could speak about each sequence. Each sequence had the special reference. So it was at the real beginning of the movie that the aesthetic was almost what we have on the screen. But of course, during the process, shooting, editing, you invent, you make a new thing in a way. But it's very close. It's very close about what I've read before and what I imagined in my head.
Well, as a producer, when he comes to you with this grand vision, what were you most scared of helping him execute in terms of like, oh, that's going to be difficult?
Yeah, of course, but it's so exciting to be a part of this madness. You know, you want to be in. But yeah, we had a lot of difficulties to raise all the money, so all the limits we had on the budget. Thibault had to find solutions. So what he explained about he had to shoot alone with his actor. Sorry, it was because of the budget in a way. but okay, he find also liberty in that.
Yeah, it seems like a film that is you're constantly just experimenting and embracing the limitations at times, which is very inspiring.
Yeah.
Question over there, and then we'll go to this row, but further along. Yes.
I thought it was such a visually beautiful movie, and my question is, how much of it was practical effects? And if you had some of them, which were your favorite?
What were some of your favorite practical effects to realize in the film? Because there are definitely some practical ones, like the rock monster for sure.
Yeah, what do you think?
I think definitely the intestines, like some of it I think was practical, like in the end. I wouldn't lean on the things like that, but I would love to know which ones were.
I think you can see it, but I'm sorry, I'm a little reluctant to answer because I think it's the only kind of magic we have left today. I mean, this particular question, I mean, how is it made? What is practical? What is digital? It's the only kind of blurred zone that lets you maybe dream. And I felt it actually with a color grading artist that came at the very end. And when I found that he couldn't tell exactly on certain shots, obviously there are a lot of shots where you can tell definitely, but there were some shots but he couldn't tell, and he's a great color grader. And I remember this particular moment. I felt really proud when you can tell. But both were really necessary on a lot of shots. It's what I can say.
There was a question there. Yes.
I was just wondering if you speak to how you cast the actors.
How did you cast the actors? How do you arrive at because again, chemistry in a romantic story is always so key, and I think they have terrific chemistry throughout the film.
Cool. How did I cast them? A lot of time. Yes, taking a lot of time.
Did it start with one actor, and then it was about which actor would match the other, or?
I cannot say that, not exactly. Obviously, that was not yet, but not with certainty. And no, it really took a lot of time. I searched for a lot of people. I kind of prefer people that nobody knew of, and I can tell you that French people don't know about them. In theater they do, but not in cinema. And so yeah, there's something fresh with it, I guess. And yeah, just patience. I saw a lot of great, amazing actors, but I don't know. It was time and yeah, waiting for chemistry to be there.
We have time for two more. I'm going to go up to the dress circle, then down there. Dress circle.
Would you become an object at the end of the movie?
Would you become an object? That's a good last question.
What kind of object?
If you could become an object, what object would you become?
Come on, I am an object.
Yeah, he is an object. But if you could merge into anything.
My bed. Yeah.
And there was a question there.
Yeah, I was just wondering if you could talk about Angst's toy collection that you had.
Could you speak about Angst's toy collection? I mean, also just in general, I think the production design in this movie is amazing, especially, and that too is an element that over time changes dramatically.
And she is Canadian.
Oh, the production design is Canadian.
Designer is
Terrific.
Yeah.
French book. Did you have an influence in or was that purely her in terms of all the different knickknacks and elements in Angst's room?
No, of course we asked her for that, but it went through a lot of different ideas. At some point, it was a guy really a geek into Japanese culture and more modern.
It's like an otaku, like Japanese
Yes,
anime.
exactly. With more today's stuff, maybe. And the actor, the main actor, at one point saw the sketches, the mood boards of the set, and he said, "Come on, he doesn't have that money. He's not that rich. People are not going to like me if I have too much money." And so I said, "Okay, Mathieu." So we just let him some small toys from the 80s and
So it's like it's things he's collected from his youth that is it's not new things. Yeah.
that's the idea.
To kind of inform his character.
I
Yeah.
think that some people do.
Wonderful. Well, unfortunately, this is all the time we have. And please put your hands together for Alex. And remember, you have the power to vote for this film. TIFF.net/vote. And we'll see you tomorrow night as we escape from the 21st century. Thank you.